We love to incorporate our viewers into the show whenever we can. I got an email from Paul asking how to fix a drafter around a recessed light. Hope this helps. You know, we had a great question about cold air leaking around a recessed can light. So I built a little display here so we can talk about it. So we have our normal recessed can light. Maybe it's one of these little tiny ones, or it's one of the big 6-inch ones. It doesn't matter. They can all leak air around them, especially the older ones. Now, if it's one of these newer styles that are LED where it's flush in the front or it's sealed, all you've got to do is caulk around the outside of this, and that might seal it up. But let me talk about what to do with the older 6-inch can lights. Let's go into the ceiling here. If we go above, this is where we can stop some of these problems. So if you've got an attic area, many times they won't be IC rated. What is IC rated? That is insulation contact. So what happens is you go up there and you see this big can light from the top side of the attic, and there's no insulation around it because it's not rated for contact. What do? One thing you can do is actually change out that light fixture so it is an IC rated fixture, or you can build a little box around it so that way you can still insulate it. So let me show you what to do. So we got our light in here, and take a look at the light. If you pull up on the inside, remove the trim, it'll say what kind of spacing and stuff it needs. So that way you know how big a box to build. So the first thing we're gonna do is I cut up some pieces here. We're gonna build a little box around the outside of this. So that way we can seal it up, keep the insulation away from it, but still have a sealed up unit. So what I've done is I've cut some pieces up here, and I'm gonna just snap these together and show you what we're gonna do. You can use screws, you can use nails, whatever you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and just tack this in because we're gonna caulk it in here as well. So let me turn my gun on here. We're just gonna kind of toenail this in. This isn't structural, so we just wanna make sure we get it in here good. I'm trying to do it up high so I don't mess with my drywall down below, because if you do that, that's a drywall repair. Just gonna toenail this in. You can put screws in from the outside. Either way, next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna caulk this whole thing in, so that way it doesn't leak, that way we're stopping the air. So I can come in here, right here, just like that. Now we're gonna make our little Oreo sandwich right here. Put that right there. Like I said, we can be using screws or whatever you got around the shop, it doesn't matter. And now you can insulate over the top of this like the rest of the house up there, and you've got a sealed in unit. And that way, you don't have to change out that light fixture. That's an easy way to save yourself some energy because all that air coming in is costing you money.